Hi, agents. So we have a very, very special webinar today. So our special guest is our business development manager for Sandals and Beaches. We have Mr. Chad Long. How are you today, Mr. Chad?
I'm doing great, Tyra. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be able to talk about the wonderful world of sandals and beaches with everybody today.
We are so excited to have you. We are ready to learn about sandals. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Let's start. I'm just gonna share my screen really quick. Let me know if you can see the little heart shape right there.
Yes, I can.
All right, perfect. Well, welcome everybody. Again, my name is Chad Long and I'm the BDM with Sandals and Beaches Resorts covering the Central Florida territory. So I get to work with amazing travel advisors and agencies such as Tyra with Mommy and We Travels. And we're really excited to talk about I'm gonna do like a little basics course, the Sandals and Beaches 101. It's gonna be about an hour. I'm gonna take the first 30 minutes and talk about product updates, show you the pretty pictures, where are we located, what do we include, what's new coming down the pipeline. And then I'll take the latter half of the presentation and show you guys around our travel agent portal, show you some nifty sales tools and cheat sheets, teach you how to work with your local BDM that lives in your backyard in order to boost your business and increase your sales for our resorts. And then of course, how to get to the resorts, how to experience them for yourselves, because we all know jealousy is the #1 seller. So if you can get to the resorts and make your friends on Facebook and Instagram jealous, you can let them know that they don't have to be jealous for long because you are the key to getting them down there as well.
That's right.
Oh, yes. So I'll start by saying that I am the BDM for Central Florida. We work a little bit differently than other suppliers. So because your agency is based in my territory, you guys are all welcome to use me as like your backup BDM, but your first and foremost should be whoever is local to you. If you live in Central Florida, that would be me as well. If you live in Idaho, you have a different BDM to go to for everything, first and foremost. And then, if they're out of office or something, you're more than welcome to reach out to me or copy me on the emails to have as a backup. But we encourage the local BDM agent relationship because we always do in-person trainings and unveilings and local events. And a lot of times our fam trips are exclusive to those that live in our region. So I don't invite people that live in Texas and in Idaho to come on my fam trips. You have to be in touch with that BDM in order to get the invite. So it's important. I'll teach you how to find who they are in just a little bit when we get onto the TA portal. But just at a quick glance, Sandals and Beaches Resorts, we are 5-star luxury all-inclusive resorts throughout the Caribbean. If you own a television, you've probably seen 1 or 2 commercials from Sandals Resorts. We spend a lot on television advertising. It is an extremely well-known brand. And so it's your BDM's job to take this globally recognized brand and use it to funnel business into your specific agency. Because we want to increase sales for you guys, not just for direct business. We, the BDMs, are the advocates for the travel agency. So we want to see the commissions and the money coming into you guys. Where we are located, we're spread across 7 different islands, soon to be 9, but for right now, we started everything in Jamaica. Right there we have 6 Sandals resorts and 2 Beaches resorts. I should probably start off by saying Sandals is adults only and couples only, and Beaches is family friendly. Same company, 2 different brands. So the vibe over at Sandals is love, lovey-dovey, mushy-gushy, all that stuff. And then the vibe over at Beaches is all about fun. So we have something to cater for every single client. So in Jamaica, we do have the most going on, but then we've since branched out into St. Lucia, where we have 3 Sandals resorts. Antigua has 1. The Bahamas has 2 different Sandals resorts. Grenada has 1 resort. Barbados has 2. And then Turks and Caicos does not have a Sandals, but it does have our largest, and I would say our most popular Beaches resort. We will be expanding Sandals into Curacao, and we will be expanding Beaches into St. Vincent very soon. So we're going to be adding 2 new destinations to this list. But across the board, no matter if you're booking Sandals or Beaches, we're luxury all-inclusive. So when I say all-inclusive, what exactly do I mean by that? With us, it's an extremely comprehensive list of inclusions. All of your meals, including the specialty restaurants. You're not going to be charged $50 to go to the steakhouse or to have your surf and turf. That's already included. Up to 24 restaurants per resort, and in-room dining is included as well, your room service. Your liquors, your drinks, whether they're alcoholic or non-alcoholic, everything's fully included as well. Premium liquors are included. So it's not just the rinky dinky low shelf stuff. Like we have the top shelf included liquors. We have swim up bars. Of course, it's a classic. We have your over the water bars. Club and butler level rooms do get the in-room mini bar, whereas the entry rooms just get the beer and wine, but still everything's included. So there's no upcharge for any sort of drink package or anything like that. We include your round trip airport transfers. Good news for the travel advisor, you don't need to waste time setting that up. We already got you covered. There's no tipping on resort except for the butlers. They're the only people that can accept tips, but your bartenders, your servers, your transfer drivers, etc., they do not need to be tipped. So you don't need to be carrying around little single dollar bills in your bathing suit when you're just trying to enjoy the pool bar. And then we also include your land sports, your water sports, your entertainment. Some of our resorts are a lot more quiet and restful. Some of our resorts is like a total party scene. So depending on what your vibe is for your vacation or for your client's vacation, we have somewhere good to put them. It's just a matter of learning the resorts and knowing the products so you know where to place them. Unlimited water sports like scuba diving, snorkeling, kayaking, paddleboarding, Hobie Cat sailboats. Unlimited land sports like golf and tennis and basketball and pickleball and shuffleboard. I mean, the list goes on, and they're complimentary. So you do not need to charge, do not need to anticipate being charged extra for anything like that. And it's not on this list, but it's important. We also include Wi-Fi across the board. We don't charge for Wi-Fi, internet's included. And then on the beaches side, of course, we include everything that I just said, but there's extra inclusions for those of all ages. So your kids camps from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., fully included. If you have a newborn, that there is no age limit for the kids camps. I have a colleague that literally just brought her 4-month-old to Beaches Negril and just passed that baby off to one of the certified nannies. Baby had a great time. Mom and dad had a great time. We put them, of course, with kids that are in their age group too. They don't even need to be potty trained. You can have
That's amazing.
It's a great deal. For those parents that want that quality family time, but maybe also want quality adult time as well.
Yes.
And then we also have an autism program. We're IBCCES autism certified. So families traveling with children that are on the spectrum, of course, we go out of our way to make them feel comfortable and confident coming to us. We have water parks, water slides, Sesame Street parades, Xbox lounges, arcades. I mean, you name it, it's a fun time at beaches always. So if your families have been used to seeing Mickey Mouse every summer for the last 20 years, maybe they want to go to beaches and see Elmo and Cookie Monster and hang out with a different crowd for once. But one thing you'll notice across the board is we are set on the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean. Sandals will never put a resort on an ugly beach. We're just never going to do it because we have a brand to protect, and the brand is beautiful beach vacations. We also are known for our incomparable love nest suites. So your Romeo and Juliet suite with a private pool, you're seeing that right on the left-hand side. This is at Sandals Ochi Beach Resort in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. And this room offers that privacy and seclusion when you want to step away from everything. Ochi Beach Resort is kind of known as a party resort. It's got a huge nightlife itinerary, but suites like this, you can step back for when you want. And then on the right-hand side, you have probably my favorite suite, which is the Sky Pool Suites. These are located for now at Sandals Grenada and at Sandals Royal Barbados, soon to come to our newer resorts in Jamaica. But it's your own private infinity pool, blending in seamlessly with the horizon. It's literally your balcony, right off the foot of your bed. You have a regular dry balcony side with that tranquility soaking tub and the lounge chairs, but on the bedroom side, it is a private pool. Butler service, they can bring in your mimosas, your Pinot Grigio, your surf and turf, your charcuterie board, right there on the ledge of your infinity pool. It's beautiful. And then we also are known, of course, for our over-the-water bungalows. And for some reason, a lot of people think you need to go all the way to Bora Bora or Tahiti and fly 17 hours just to get this experience. Save yourself a lot of money on airfare and 2 entire travel days. Come to Jamaica or St. Lucia, where we have these room categories available. The 3 specific resorts that have these, just because everyone always asks, in Jamaica, it's Sandals Royal Caribbean and Sandals South Coast. You're actually seeing the bungalows at Sandals South Coast in this picture. And then in St. Lucia, we have Sandals Grand St. Lucia that has these offered. And more to come, you never know. When you're starting off with Sandals, though, I will say it can be a little daunting because we have so many room categories. And as you're looking through, there's like a trillion in every single resort, and they're so wordy and they're like really long names. It looks overwhelming, but I promise you it's very easy. Has anyone ever heard of a thesis statement? It's kind of what these room categories are like. It's just like the summary of the entire room. So if the room is called the Italian Village 1-bedroom bi-level beachfront butler suite, you know that it's going to have 1 bedroom. It comes with a butler bi-level, so there's a step somewhere in the middle. It might say tranquility soaking tub. It might say swim up. It's giving you a comprehensive view as to what that room is going to offer. And then there's the nitty-gritty description that it's like a paragraph of even more details. But rest assured, all of the room categories can be clumped into 3 different levels of service to make things easy: luxury, club, and butler. Easy as that. Luxury, club, butler. Your luxury rooms, they don't have a slide on. They're your lead-in categories, so they are the most affordable. We don't start at standard because we are a luxury brand. So of course, they're still going to be really nice rooms. You get the in-suite mini bar with the juice, soda, water, wine, and beer. Luxury level rooms do not come with room service. That starts at the club level, so it's important to know. And the check-in for luxury level rooms is just going to be regular. I'll go to the front desk, check in, and get escorted to your room. And they're just, the more run-of-the-mill rooms. I think that the best, the unforgettable Sandals experience truly starts at the club level, where you're met upon arrival by your club Sandals concierge, 24-hour access into the club lounge. This is where the room service begins. This is where you have your beer, wine, but also the liquors and the champagne in the room, your own personal mini bar that's fully included. And then of course, the room categories themselves are a bit elevated starting here. You have your beachfront walkout suites, your tranquility soaking tubs, your ocean view beachfront suites are going to start at the club level. So it's a really great way to just kind of have that more elevated experience. And it's honestly like the price point is not that much more than the entry level rooms. And then of course, the top tier, Butler Elite category, 24-hour butler service. They give you a little cell phone. They say, hit this button if you ever need anything from me, ever. And so if you need them to get up super early and get your favorite cabana by the beach, or bring you surf and turf to the pool, or bring you a dirty martini to, wherever you are on resort, your butler is there for you to take care of the couple and make sure that you are having, you're being treated like royalty. So of course, this is where I want you guys to start selling. If you throw out the entry-level, luxury-level rooms, your clients are going to see that low price and they're going to be like, nice, I love it, let's book it. And then they're going to go and you're not going to get as much commission, and maybe they won't be absolutely blown away like they would have by their butler. I can tell you, once they go butler level, they're not going to want to go to any other level, and you're going to get the most commission possible. The butler level suites are the sky pools, the bungalows, the Rondeval suites, the millionaire suites. You're making a ton of commission, your clients are getting an amazing deal, and they're going to want to come back, and you probably just secured a client for life. So it's a lot easier to sell down than it is to sell up also. If you start at butler, you can easily sell them down to club. If it's too expensive, they will tell you, trust me. Some of our transfers become fancy transfers, like a private BMW or a Rolls-Royce, Mercedes-Benz private airport transfer at specific resorts when you book at some of our top tier butler level categories. So this is for resorts such as Sandals Royal Barbados, Sandals Royal Caribbean, Sandals Royal Bahamian. Think of it like the Royals. All the royal ones come with the private fancy transfers. Again, for certain butler level categories, and you'll see if the room category is eligible for the fancier transfer in the description of the room right on your travel agent portal. And then to touch on romantic occasions, of course, because we are a couples only brand over at Sandals, if your clients are celebrating something special, hook them up with what they are eligible for. If they're traveling for a honeymoon, we do a free honeymoon package, chill bottle of champagne upon arrival, breakfast in bed on the morning of their choice, and a romantic turn down service with the rose petals and the balloons and the whole shebang on the first evening of their stay. You have to register this separately on the consumer site. You just type in Sandals free honeymoon package. So once you make that booking for the couple, within I think it's 14 days, make sure you go and register them for that free honeymoon package. If they're traveling for an anniversary, they're staying for 7 nights, we'll give them that 7th night for free. It doesn't happen automatically though. You have to register them for that free night. So make the booking, and as long as they're eligible, which is just by staying for 7 nights in a club or butler level room, you can go onto our website, register them for the free anniversary night, and that saves them a ton of money right away. The anniversary promotion is one of the most popular promotions that we run. Guests use it every single year. It's a good way to squeeze out some 7-night stays as well, and they're saving a ton of money. And then when it comes to, we do, on one hand, we do destination weddings, and we also do vow renewals, which we call retie the knot. But either way, when you do a destination wedding with us, if the people getting married stay for 3 nights or longer, the wedding is free. It's literally a free wedding. There's no fine print. There's nothing crazy. It's a free wedding. And so it makes for a very easy sell. Free is everyone's favorite F word.
Wow. Yes.
It's fantastic when you think about like how a wedding in the States could run, maybe $20,000, $30,000, depending on how big you're going. And then you're buying the honeymoon as well. Might as well combine the two for maybe like, if you're going to go all out in a top level butler category for a week, maybe you're spending $9,000, $10,000, but you're getting the wedding included. And the weddings are fully customizable. So the good news is for the travel advisors, we have expert wedding planners on every single resort. So you can be as involved or as uninvolved in the wedding process as you choose. They can FaceTime and Skype with the wedding planners to go over different shades of, napkins and curtains and all of that nitty-gritty stuff that maybe you don't want to be fully involved in. But they can help execute the perfect wedding for them. Everything's customizable. And of course, things can be upgraded too for an extra cost. So if the wedding planners do upgrade your clients on certain things, you'll actually be commissioned for that and you're not even doing anything. So it's a nice way to have the resort kind of upsell them too. And then of course, if they are staying for 7 nights for a wedding, they'll get the free wedding, but then they'll also get $1,500 worth of credit towards a room upgrade or the decor upgrade or waiving license and administrative fees, stuff like that. So not a lot of people like to get married and then go right home. They usually are going to want to do 7 nights anyways. So if you could sell them on that 7 nights for their wedding, they will get the premium perks. You can call it their wedding moon, it's combining the two. So we are going to kind of course, not get into every single resort because we would be here for 5 hours. I'm not going to do that to you guys. But, sorry.
It's okay. I do have one question about the wedding part.
Yeah.
What if they have kids? Does Beaches do weddings or no?
Beaches absolutely does weddings, yes.
Okay.
So with kids, yeah, that's definitely a popular question. Specifically in Ocho Rios and in Negril, Jamaica, we have Sandals and Beaches right next to each other. So a lot of times couples will have they'll do a 3-night, 4-night stay at Beaches and have the whole family come with the kids and everything. And then after those 3 nights, everyone goes away and the couple moves over to Sandals to celebrate that honeymoon in the adults only section. Weddings can happen at a Sandals with kids with the permission from the GM. The kids can get like a wedding day pass essentially, and they'll be allowed on the resort just for the ceremony and then they'll get kicked off. But it can happen if there are kids staying nearby at a different hotel. But all the Beaches resorts execute weddings for multi-generational families all the time.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of get into just a few of the resorts that have had upgrades and renovations since the pandemic. So I want to show you just the latest and greatest really going on with us before we hop onto that TA portal. But we're going to start over at Sandals in Montego Bay. It's about a 5-minute transfer from the Montego Bay airport. So by the time they land, just like that, they are on the resort, rum punch in hand, ready to enjoy their vacation. This was the flagship resort built back in 1981, a long time ago. And so about 7 years ago, we realized that it looked like it was built in 1981 and it needed a major facelift. So I have some before and after pictures for you guys. This is the main lobby before the renovation. This is, it's like fine for the 90s, not fine for today. This is what the lobby looks like now. We got that panoramic ocean view greeting you, nice open air feel, more of that Tommy Bahama style chic look. So it's come a long way. I'm telling you, every room, restaurant, bar, fully renovated. This was the outside of the resort. This definitely, it was fine in the 80s and the 90s, but we had to stay a leg up on the competition. So we gave it a paint job and we added swim up suites on the ground level, tranquility soaking tubs and glass balconies. This is what we're going for the future.
I love it.
It's great. It really is great. So you can see these are older rooms from Sandals Montego Bay, newer rooms. Beautiful ocean view. Right when you wake up, that's the first thing you see. Montego Bay has Latitudes, which is a lot of fun. It's our over the water bar. Huge hotspot, as you can imagine, for happy hour or sunset. My favorite part are the hammocks that line the perimeter. So if you've had a little bit too much to drink, maybe you had too many shots, you can roll off the edge of the bar and land in one of these hammocks and enjoy the sun, enjoy the stars, whatever time of day it is. And then there are 4 resorts that have these beautiful over the water Serenity wedding chapels. Great for, of course, destination weddings or vow renewals. They have see-through glass bottom flooring that line the aisle. So you're truly walking on water as you're making your way down there. And this is a $300, I'm sorry, it's a $750 upgrade to upgrade into this venue. But of course, if you can sell your clients on the over the water chapel before they travel, it's commissionable to the agent. And I'll use that as a segue just to let you know everything that's not included, which would be things like your spa treatments, your excursions, your candlelight dinners, the over the water chapel. Anything that's not included, as a travel advisor, if you pre-book it for your clients, it's commissionable to you at 10%. So you can always add on stuff.
Okay.
All right, moving over to Sandals Royal Caribbean. This is also in Montego Bay, Jamaica. And because it's so close, we offer a stay at one, play at two exchange program here. So no matter which of the 2 you're staying at, you have access to bounce between both, unlimited, and enjoy every restaurant. You know, there's like 22 combined between the 2 of them. So it's like a foodie's paradise. You can see the main resort over here on the right-hand side, and it's about a 2-minute boat ride included over to the private offshore island with an even bigger beach. It's got a Thai restaurant, swim up pool bar, and then the boardwalk to the villas and over the water bungalows. The over the water villas are these 5 that on the outside that have the private infinity pool, and they're a little bit larger in square footage. The bungalows don't have the pool. That is the only difference. So you can see this is the bungalow, there's no pool, but they still have that soaking tub, the over the water hammock, a little trunk full of snorkel gear, so you could just pop on a mask and dive right in. See-through glass bottom flooring on the inside of the bungalows. So you can watch the fins or the fish swim underneath you right at night. It like lights up. It's really cool. And then just a stunning interior design, of course. We got to have a leg up on the Tahiti and the Bora Bora bungalows. So we got to really stand out. And I think we've done so with this extremely aesthetically pleasing looking interior.
It is.
And of course, you're just on top of the Caribbean's largest pool anyways, the Caribbean Ocean. So it's paradise. But of course, if the bungalows are out of the client's price range, which happens oftentimes, they can still stay at one of our amazing new rooming blocks that we opened at Sandals Royal Caribbean, like the Sandringham building, brand new beachfront ocean view suites. This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. So we're moving into the modern look, the crisp, clean, pristine feel. Of course, the Carnarvon Village is brand new as well, not as close to the ocean. Instead of taking about 5 seconds to get to the ocean, it might take you about a minute. But because you're so far away from the ocean in this, we've added a new pool and hot tub area right by this building too. So you're always just a second away from a body of water. And then the High Grove building is brand new at Royal Caribbean too, with those swim up suites on the bottom. Moving on down to the south coast of Jamaica, we have a resort appropriately titled Sandals South Coast. And this might be my favorite resort that we have on this island just because it's so far away from everything. It's not by Montego Bay, it's not by Kingston, it's in White House, Jamaica. No one really knows where that is. It's untouched land pretty much. Besides our resort and a couple millionaires that own their homes up in the mountains, it's just surrounded by lush greenery, the trees, the plants. It's just a really beautiful landscape. Of course, we have our over the water bungalows here as well, which we've already talked about. But we've added 2 new villages here for your clients to indulge in, such as the all new South Seas Swim Up Rondeval Village. Rondeval is just a fancy word for round. It's your own round hut, basically, with soaring 20-foot ceilings, private pool, butler service. These opened at the end of 2020, so they're really just very new. And these offer that swim up ledge into that 1/4-mile long lazy river lagoon. So the butler can bring you a little pina colada, you're floating under the palm trees, you're steps away from the beach. This is just, seeing it in person is absolutely phenomenal. It looks like a little Smurf village, honestly. And it's private bungalow style suites. You're just up over the water. You're right next to it. And then the Dutch Village here at South Coast got a major renovation at the end of 2020 as well. The swim up suites are new. Every inside of the rooms are brand new, soaking tubs for every single one here in the Dutch Village. And of course, you have that unobstructed ocean view. So there's not even a palm tree, as you can see, blocking that view from the ocean. Now we're going to talk about something that's so new it's not even open yet. Sandals Royal CURAÇAO, which we're very excited. It's a new destination for us. I want you to ignore the opening date. This slide is a bit outdated. We had to push back from April 14th. It's now going to open on June 1st of this year, but it is on sale now. And we are in the middle of our grand opening sale. Like it's almost over. It ends on May 1st. So this is a great time to send out some quotes for Sandals Royal CURAÇAO. It's up to $1,000 off. And technically the fine print on this is if you're staying 7 nights, automatic 1,000 off. If you're staying 6 nights, like 700 off, 5 nights, like 500 off. So you'll see it in the portal as you're quoting the amount that's been automatically taken off using this grand opening sale. If you book on April 30th, you'll take advantage. If they book on May 1st, the prices will be higher because that's just when the sale ends. So Curacao it's not like your standard Caribbean island. It's not as lush and tropical as St. Lucia or Jamaica. It's very European inspired. It's a little bit of a drier climate. You know, it's great they haven't had a hurricane in like 200 years. That's a plus. There's colorful villages and buildings and towns and soaring bridges and such amazing culture. Very Dutch inspired. I felt like when I was in Curacao, I was like wandering around Amsterdam. All the canals are just really pretty too. So there's a unique culture about Curacao. Like you have the Caribbean sun, sea, sand, but you have the European feel for just how the island operates and the people that live there. The resort itself is 20 minutes away from the Willemstad Airport, so super quick little drive. This is the double level infinity pool that greets you right as you check in through the lobby. This is the first thing you see. We're opening, of course, the more luxurious rooms and suites with those big glass showers, the rainfall shower heads, tranquility soaking tubs, of course. If anyone on this webinar has seen White Lotus, that's shown on HBO Max, of that resort down there, this resort looks so much like the White Lotus resort. It just kind of makes me feel like I'm on TV or something. And then we have our newest addition to what's included, these convertible Mini Coopers. If you're staying in one of our top 2 level suites here at Sandals Royal Curacao, this excursion is already included in that price, but anybody can purchase it. And it's a branded Mini Cooper convertible that your butler will pack you a little picnic, put out some landmarks in the GPS, and you can drive this baby off resort and dine at some local restaurants, explore the local towns, go to the sightseeing places, look at the underwater caves. I took one of these when they sent us to Curacao. We drove one of these convertibles down to one of the local beaches there, went snorkeling, and I was like surrounded by sea turtles. It was the coolest thing in the world. So your clients would love this. Of course, if they're in one of our top tier suites included. This is the top tier suite, the first one, the Awa Seaside Bungalow. It's 5 bungalow styled suites right, not over the water, but right next to the water with private infinity pools that go the length of the suite. And then we have our Curacao Island bungalows that are, again, they come with a convertible and they're shaped in a nice little heart on that lazy river lagoon. So you have Curacao, $1,000 off. Make sure you send out some quotes and do that before April 30th, just so you can get a heads up on that good pricing. But now to talk about something new that is open and available. It's actually my Zoom background today. Is the new Sandals Royal Bahamian. Again, this was a renovation from head to toe. This resort opened in the 90s. When COVID first hit, we closed it down. We didn't open it for 2 years. So it just opened at the end of January 2022. And it is brand spanking new. Swim up suites, 2 new river pools. We have a new Coconut Grove area. This resort, as you can see, is a little bit smaller and more compact, but there's so much entertainment here too. So if you don't like to, have a long giant resort where you're like, trying to explore every nook and cranny, you just like something that's pretty simple. A lot of places fly nonstop to Nassau, which is where this is located. It's about a 10-minute drive from the airport. So if your clients are looking for something fresh and new, but 2 very easy travel days, this is a great resort to recommend. And it's always got something going on entertainment-wise. And this resort also has its own private offshore island. So if you're tired of the smaller beach on the resort, you could take a boat over to our private island and get a giant beach. So you can get whatever you want there. And then I do want to touch before we drop onto the TA portal about beaches, Turks and Caicos. This might be my favorite resort out of all of them. It might be because I'm single and I don't go to Sandals with anyone I love. I like to go to beaches and party. So it's definitely a fun place in Providenciales. Unlike Sandals, where we only have the king bed, 1-bedroom style rooms, here at beaches, you can get 2, 3, 4-bedroom suites. You can get adjoining suites right next to each other. There are king beds and twin beds and bunk beds and pull-out couches and cribs. God, I mean, any sort of sleeping arrangement we can accommodate. Great for family reunions or for multi-generational trips. We offer those beautiful beachfront ocean view suites. I don't know if it's in this presentation, but there's a Key West, in our Key West village, there's a 4-bedroom butler villa with a private pool that's right up on the ocean and can comfortably sleep 16 people. And I'm telling you that the commissions coming out of beaches is insane. I mean, I have an agent that sent a group of 8 rooms down to beaches, Turks and Caicos, and had a $10,000 commission check. And it's like, it's insane and it's totally worth the money. And just from a supplier standpoint, I noticed that my most successful travel advisors are the ones that focus on selling sandals and beaches, but the ones that focus on just a few suppliers, ones that are worth your time, your energy, that will pay you out the big bucks. Sandals and beaches is definitely one of them. And we are expanding, of course, because inventory is tight. We've been very popular ever since the pandemic because people are not cruising as much. They're coming to our resorts. We're opening 3 new resorts in Jamaica very soon. Sandals Duns River and Sandals Royal Duns River, as well as Beaches Runaway Bay. And these are located in the Ocho Rios area. Right now, it's about a 2-hour drive from Montego Bay, but great news just recently broke that American is going to start flying from Miami to Ocho Rios in November. So once that flight kicks in, these resorts are going to be between 5 and 20 minutes away from that airport. So no longer is that really annoying transfer necessary, unless you are choosing to fly to Montego Bay for your vacation. But I would choose the easier transfer way. And then, of course, I did mention Beaches Resorts is coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So that is happening, I think, sometime this fall. We might announce like when reservations are able to be made. But with these new resorts, you will have a giant heads up before the grand opening. You'll have at least a 6 or 7 month notice in advance. So you can start booking the rooms and start filling the inventory before the resort opens, because we don't want to open an empty resort, of course. And then the last thing I'll mention here before we jump onto the TA portal is our Sandals vacation assurance. So it's all that, you know, the boring COVID stuff that no one loves to talk about, but is definitely important to know about. And so what happens if someone tests positive on our resort? That's obviously a huge question. I can tell you that it is an amazing experience. They are not, obviously it sucks to test positive, but you're going to be quarantined on resort in a comfortable room, you know, the room that you were staying in. They might even move you to a more comfortable scenario for up to 14 nights, nothing out of pocket. You're not paying anything. You're not having to go through insurance and file anything. It's just as simple as you're getting quarantined here until you're recovered and cleared to go back to the States. It's up to 14 days, but most countries will let you go after 3 or 5, 7 days. We do include on-resort PCR and antigen testing to get back into the States. Hopefully we won't need to do that for much longer, but until that testing requirement's gone, we do offer it on-resort complimentary. This includes your travel insurance for every booking for during their trip. Not for before the trip, but they are covered complimentary for during the trip. There's always the choice to add on extra insurance for pre-departure if you want to do so and have extra coverage, but they are covered for while they're staying if they get COVID or break an arm or get the flu, anything on resort.
I have a question.
Yep.
How much is the COVID tests? Are they different prices going from you know, each destination as far as COVID tests to get back into the States?
At every resort, no matter where it is, it's free at Sandals and Beaches.
I love that. And I have one more question. I know that everything is included. What about resort fees? When clients get their resort fees or the security deposit, how much are those, or if those are not included?
Resort fees are included. So there's, okay. It's like, it feels almost too good to be true when you're there. Like when you check out, if you didn't purchase anything else, like you didn't purchase spa treatments or excursions or anything, you literally just have no bill. You just check out, like you're done. So there's no hidden fees or anything like that. I think the best part about this vacation assurance program, though, is, of course, if you're positive, you get that on resort quarantine, but we'll also give you a replacement vacation. We will give you, let's just say, for example, your client tests positive in the Bahamas. They're going to get an extended free stay in the Bahamas. They spent $10,000 to go. We'll give them a $10,000 travel voucher to go to any of our other resorts within the year to make up for that experience.
Wow.
So they'll get an extended stay and another. I mean, if you're working with clients that are like retired, what job do they have to go back to anyways? Enjoy the extended stay and then enjoy your second free trip on us to replace that. And if you, as the travel advisor, booked their flights through our air department, then we'll even replace their airfare for up to $500 per person for their new flights to come back to see us. And so ignore the booking window at the bottom. This is, of course, extended. This is valid for all bookings made between now and the end of June for travel through the end of this year. So, if the problem lingers on, we'll probably extend it again. But for now, that's the booking window through the end of June, travel through the end of 2020. So we're going to hop on over to the TA portal now. Of course, I went a little bit over because I love to talk. Tyra, do you have any questions or anything before we hop on to here?
Nope, I think you answered my questions. My main was about the resort fee and the security deposit and stuff. Like, I think those are two of the most important things to let clients know, because a lot of times those are surprises, if you haven't called the resort. And so me personally, I always call the resort, but those are really big because sometimes security deposits can be up to $1,000, and if the client didn't know to bring the credit card with the the higher amount, that could of course be a problem.
Exactly. Yeah. So with us, it's very simple. I don't know. It seriously feels like too good to be true when you check out and there's nothing to pay. Like it's a really good deal, and it's easy on the client and easy on the agent. Win-win.
Listen, I love it.
So this is your TA portal, taportal.sandals.com. Everyone needs an account on this website. This is your best friend. If you don't have one, just reach out to Tyra. She can help set that up, and we can push you through. But even before you have an account, you don't need one to find out who your local BDM is. Just go to the website, go down, and press this connect with your local BDM button right here. This will give you access to our little map. And so wherever you live, let's just say Florida, for instance, depends on if you're in North, Central, or South. You have either Stephen, myself, or Catherine. And there's our email and our phone numbers. So no matter where you're living at, check out this map, reach out to your local rep. A good excuse is to say, hey, I was on a training with Chad Long down in Florida, and I'm interested in becoming a certified sandals specialist. Can you add me to your mailing list? And the BDM will take it from there. If you live in my territory, of course, please feel free to reach out to me, or if you just need to be pointed in the right direction too. We're going to go ahead and log in. I'll show you just some of the cool sales tools on here, the cheat sheets, etc. Is my audio coming through smoothly, or am I like patchy?
Nope, it's coming through just fine.
All right, good. My video is acting up a little bit, so I was just wondering. So once you get on here, of course, we'll just show you how to do a little sample booking. If you click the big blue book now button up at the top, can't miss it. You'll do direct business. I will say that booking direct is very easy. It is the way that I encourage you to book with Sandals, and that's either on this website or by calling our reservations department at 1-800-SANDALS or 1-800-BEACHES. So going through this booking program, you can select your brand right from the get-go, Sandals or Beaches, select the resort right here. Let's just do Sandals Montego Bay for an example. And then we are doing bookings all the way out through 2025, by the way. Wow. So people can plan out well ahead of time, and the farther out you plan, the better the price. So, but we'll just check, I'll do a random week in 2024. Here is where you can include your airfare. If you do include your airfare, like I said, you'll be eligible for the replacement airfare if your client tests positive. And we also do pay commission 10% on all flights booked through us as well to the agent.
You guys offer airfare for 2024?
Well, that's actually a good point. If I were to say yes, they wouldn't have any options for me. If I were to actually put this in, they wouldn't have any options. I think flights are like only within the year or so.
Okay.
Good catch. Obviously, for this example, we'll select no. If it was a wedding or a group, this is where you would put that, but we'll just make it an easy, quick example right here. So once you put in all that basic information, you get sent to the inventory page where you have your tabs, luxury, club, and butler. Those 3 room categories I was talking about earlier. You can select your view if they specifically want a beachfront with a tranquility soaking tub. You get all those prices right there. It's separated, or it goes down from most affordable to most expensive. And these pricings right here are for 2 people. So this is for the couple. It gives you a nice description, it gives you the view and the promotions that are automatically included in this price. So you'll see the regular price was 20,000. With all the savings, it went down 12,000, and now it's at the 7,000 mark. I'll give you a little secret. The 60% off rack rate is just pure marketing. You know, it sounds really nice. This room actually isn't worth $20,000 for a week. That's insane. But going from $20,000 to $7,000 sure does look good. So it definitely helps when you're trying to sway clients on coming to one of the higher end categories. If you want to email a quote, we just revamped our quote system too. So the quotes are really, really beautiful. You can see right here, if I preview this, it'll have your name and your phone number up at the top, little overview of the resort, check-in, check-out dates, what room you chose, what's included, the amenities, and the total package, including all of the price decreases that you got from the savings. And then your email, phone number listed again at the bottom. So it's a very easy way to do your quotes. I mentioned earlier, you can add on additional insurance if ours isn't good enough, the one that we're adding on for free already. And I'm a paranoid traveler, so I'm always about adding more insurance. If you want to include stuff for pre-travel, like let's say they want to cancel and get a full refund within 30 days of their trip. With our regular insurance, it would not be a full cash refund. It would be a travel certificate. But if they had the additional insurance through TripMate and it was a covered reason, they could get a full cash refund for canceling within that penalty window. And it's very easy, obviously, to add the insurance. As you can see, it's just right there on the little booking. And then once you go through the room categories, it'll have you put in the guest names. If they have a rewards number, you can put that reward number in so they can be eligible for different discounts. And I think it's like after 10, 15 stays, you get a week for free. So the rewards definitely add up. You want to keep note of your clients' SSG numbers. All right, let's go back to the home page. I'll show you some more sales tools. And before we get into sales tools, everyone is more than welcome to friend me on Facebook, Chadlong BDM. I post regularly, and with us, anything that you see me or any other Sandals BDM post, you're allowed to copy and paste it. Everything we post is approved for you guys to use. It makes social media marketing so much easier. I mean, we include our hashtags, and you know, you can copy and paste it verbatim, or you can use it as inspiration and tweak things around. You know, sometimes I mention commission in my posts. Delete that part, you know, read through it and don't be like post happy right away. Make sure that it sounds client facing and not travel advisor facing, but use my posts and my images and my videos to your heart's content, just as examples of what good social material should be. Of course, if you want to create your own posts too, we have a lot of tools on the portal for you, such as these web banners where you can get a nice, of course, there's a website error. Promise this doesn't happen every time. We have web banners, of course, that can be reshaped for anything. If you want the square for Instagram, if you want like a long skinny thing for your website, if you want something small and circular for your email signature, you can adjust the size of the various web banners. Advertising slicks are pre-made newspaper, magazine, print ad flicks that of course have our branding and our imagery on it, but do have a section for you to add on your call to action so people know obviously who to contact to make their Sandals or Beaches booking. We have build your own flyers right here, which is, of course, it's all of our beautiful flyers made by our creative team. The build your own part is that you add your call to action to them. So let's say you really like Sandals Royal Curacao. You want to download this beautiful flyer because you're doing a show and you want to be able to promote the newest resort. This is already made for you. It has all the need to know information. The only thing you need to do right here is type in your name and your phone number and your email or whatever you want to do. And there you go. Print them out, use them virtually, save them as a PDF and use them for social media marketing. But all of these flyers, there's so many of them. You can see there's like 8 pages of them. There's a lot on here for you to use and explore. So definitely don't miss out. We have them separated also from Sandals, Beaches, and just other more generic flyers as well. Brand folder is going to be your image bank, all of your high quality, color corrected, beautiful photos of the resorts, of wedding inspirations, different rooms. It's going to have your logos. If you need the Sandals logo for whatever reason, you can download it straight from brand folder. So all of that is going to be found right there. We have, of course, this is kind of self-explanatory, your digital photo brochures, and then order collateral is where you order your physical brochures. We're in no shortage of print brochures. A lot of suppliers are going purely virtual. We still have a ton of freaking print brochures. So if you need them, if it helps sell the product to your clients, definitely utilize those to your advantage.
I ordered some and they came in 2 days.
Yeah, we're lucky in Florida because our warehouse is in Miami, so it happens in like instant. Yeah, us Floridians are lucky with those quick orders. And then up here we have our car wrap program, of course, too, which is really incredible if you want to become more like a rolling billboard for your travel agency where you're always out there promoting. Especially if you're working from home, you don't have big, office windows to put up posters on. Let this be your giant poster. We use our images, our branding. You can do Sandals on all 4 sides, Beaches on all 4 sides, or just do half and half. But we'll put your website or your email on both sides of the vehicle. And then on the back window, we'll put your agency name, your email, your phone, whatever you want on the back. And so this definitely gets a lot of attention on the road. It's completely free. I have one and I feel like I'm like talking about Sandals at every gas station and, Starbucks drive-throughs. And if I was a travel advisor, I'd probably be making bank just from the amount of people that feel like they can come up to me and start talking about Sandals because they see my car. So it's a really expensive value, but we cover everything. So it's a 3-year contract. We wrap it for free, of course, but then after 3 years, we'll either take it off or renew it for free. So the only time you'll be paying for anything is if you decide to unwrap it before your contract is up. So that's the only thing to really note. But if you want more info, definitely hit up your local BDM and we can send you all the paperwork and all the fine details and everything. So going through, I'm just trying to see what the most important things are, just so we can hit all the best topics. These resort fact sheets, these are super important. These are your cheat sheets for every single resort. So let's just take a peek at Beaches and a Grill, just to see what this is all about here. So the fact sheets will always start at the top with selling points for that resort. If someone's like, why did you recommend Beaches and a Grill? You can literally copy and paste the top portion of this first page of the fact sheet. Like, these are some amazing reasons why you would love Beaches and Grill. It goes down through to show you like what airport they'll fly into, how long is the transfer from that airport to the resort, how do you reach the resort via phone, what is the email address for every single manager, the GM, the sales manager. This is the reason why we don't want you sharing this document with clients. This is just for travel advisors. So if there's some sort of issue, of course, or if you need to set up like a site inspection, or you want to know if there's construction happening on the resort, maybe I don't know about it, the sales manager on site at Beaches and a Grill would know, and you're more than welcome to email any of them at any time for whatever reason. Just so you know, also the sales manager is technically the on-resort liaison between the resorts and the travel advisor. Going through club level, what club level is eligible for, what butler level guests get. And then the bulk of the fact sheets are going to be the room categories, and they're listed from most expensive to most affordable. So you start with your top tier butler level category, the big description, the little abbreviation you use when you're booking, the exact precise location. This one can sleep 12 people comfortably in one room category. So it's a 3-bedroom suite. You can tell by the little red butler symbol and the little view right there that it is a butler level category. And then as you scroll through, you'll see the little red butler turn into a key. That means you're down into the club concierge level. And then it'll turn down into a little refrigerator icon, which means you're in the luxury level room categories there. So the lead-in. And then of course it goes over all the restaurants and all the bars and all the land and water sports that are included, and theme nights. So all these details that your clients might have questions on can be found very easily on the fact sheet. I would not recommend printing them out. You'll waste a bunch of paper, because every time there's even the slightest little update to the resorts, Corporate goes in and updates these fact sheets online for you. So they're always evolving and changing. And then the last page is always going to be a little map for you. You can rotate it just so you don't have to break your neck every time you look. So they're on the fact sheets, but also you can always just Google Beaches Negril map, Sandals Grand St. Lucia map, and it'll come up. It'll be the very first thing to pop up. Good sections under here to note as well would be your vacation planner. So since we have so many different resorts to choose from, it can be quite overwhelming to put someone into the right place. So if you go over to our sales tools tab here, and then go down to vacation planner, it gives you a nice little checklist full of all of these preferences that clients are into. Maybe they want something that's really lively and social and is larger in area. It has a long stretch of beach versus a private cove style. We just went from 16 resorts down to 4. And maybe they like really want a tranquility soaking tub. Now we have 3, you know, so it just kind of narrows it down. So you're not looking under every single stone. You have 3 great resorts right here to look into more depth to see if your clients would be into them. Mood, of course, laid back, casual, innovative, activity, location. And then the last tab right here is comparing. So you can throw 3 resorts right next to each other. Kind of like how Apple lets you compare iPhone models right next to one another. So you can see what type of beach it has, how many restaurants, how far is the drive from Miami or from the airport. So this is a really great tool to just keep in mind of as you're making your sales. If you go to my bookings, of course, if you go right here, earn additional commission, this is where you can find the spa treatments and the excursions and the private candlelight dinners. Anything that is not included where you can pre-book it to get extra commission, you do so right here through this link. If you forgot to put in your client's reward number at the time of booking, no worries. You can add it on retroactively by applying the Sandals Select Rewards discount right there. It's never too late to add that number on. Registering guests. This is very important. So if you're booking direct, your bookings are automatically registered. There's no need to do anything extra. You're automatically going to get your points. You're automatically like, we know that the booking was made. We know that the clients are coming. If you book through a third party like GoGo Vacations, Pleasant Holiday, that's fine. I'm not sure why you would, because I'm pretty sure our commission is better. But if you feel like you need to, just make sure you register those bookings within 30 days of making them. Very important. Don't wait till day 29. You will forget. You'll miss out on your points. It becomes a whole thing. So just do it right afterwards. It takes 1 minute tops, and you just do it right here under the Register Guest tab. The exception, if you're booking a wedding, whether it's direct or not, all weddings need to be registered. So you just do that right here. But regular old rooms, for anything else, you don't need to register them if you're booking automatic or booking direct, because it's an automatic thing. And then we'll bop over to the advisor incentives. This is, of course, what's in it for you guys. This is, you know, the rewards that you're getting for booking Sandals and Beaches. The biggest reward is your points to paradise. So every single dollar that your client spends, you earn 1 point. And so if your client spent $10,000, you get 10,000 points, and that is already 1 free night at the majority of the resorts here. So the higher end ones do cost more points wise. But as your points accumulate, you'll be able to see which resorts you're qualified for. And it's a great way to get down to the resort. Like I said, jealousy is the #1 seller. So if you have points, absolutely redeem them and give yourself a nice vacation for selling us. If you don't have enough points, we always have travel agent rates too, extremely discounted rates for you to enjoy our resorts on your own time. Of course, there are fam trips. They're just a little bit more limited now with our slim availability. But when they do come about, just make sure you're in the know with your local BDM, because we basically just go by who is front of mind with us, who's on our radar. You know, people that just email us out of nowhere saying, where's the fam? We don't know you. You know, we want to get to know your BDM. And so you're more likely to be invited on the fam trips when they happen. We do have a 3-night minimum stay. So if you only have enough points for 1 or 2 nights, I still say go ahead and redeem them. And you can tack on as many nights as you want using the travel agent rate. We recently did just reinstate our day pass program as well. So if you are cruising and you're like in Nassau in the Bahamas or something, travel advisors get a free day pass for you and a +1. So you can enjoy the resort, take a tour, you know, step on property and really get to know everything. You just have to let my company know at least 14 days prior to your arrival. So day pass, USA right there, fill out the form, send it to the email address on the form at least 14 days prior, and you should be good to go. But it's a great way to, if you're around the resort, might as well go check it out. And then there was one last thing that I really wanted to touch on, but I'm kind of blanking. Oh, okay, I remember. So just kind of like the payment schedule. What's that all about? So our deposit is truly $400 for any room, but you can hold a room for $49 per person. So for Sandals, that's $98 per couple. So let's just say you find a room they really like, it's like one room left, they can hold it for $98 per couple. And then in 3 weeks, the other 302 will auto charge. So don't be surprised when you see, oh, what's this $300 charge? Like we're just meeting the $400 deposit. Once the deposit is met, it's really up to you and the client to determine how payments are going to be made between that moment and then final payment, which is due 45 days prior to arrival. So you could do automatic payment plans. You call reservations and say you want to be put on an automatic payment plan. They will make sure your clients are paid off by 45 days prior to travel, so you won't have that, auto cancel or anything crazy. If your clients prefer manual payments, you can easily do that right here under make a payment. But we just need to hit that $400 deposit. And then, of course, it is refundable. Everything is refundable as long as you cancel 31 days prior to your trip. If you cancel within that 31-day period, it is a travel certificate to bump your trip around however you need to. And I think that might be it, what you guys need to know. There is also the option to hold a room complimentary for free for I think like 7 days. But with our slim availability, they might have taken that away. I haven't seen it recently, but it would probably make a comeback if that was a thing in the past. But yeah, that's kind of the end, unless Tyra, there's anything else you can think of that you want me to mention.
Yes. What about groups? How do we book groups with Sandals? I'm pretty sure I want to run a group trip through one of the beaches resorts for next year. How do we do that?
Perfect. Okay, so groups is a great way to boost your business. Of course, everyone loves groups, and we're big on social groups for like scuba diving, golf groups, health and wellness groups, of course, wedding groups as well. You do have your own regional groups, BDM, who would be your contact for if you needed a group code or wanted a group contract, getting a group quote, checking availability. You would do so through your group's BDM. You just reach out to your local rep to see who that is for your state. For us Floridians, it's Beth Vanderberg. It's bvanderberg@uvi.sandals.com is her email. I can always write that over to you at any time. But she would be our contact in Florida and for really any of the Southeast states. But before you reach out to Beth and you just want to learn more about groups, what qualifies for a group code, a group contract, what are the pros and cons of both? If you go right here under sales tools, we have something called commonly used forms. Come over here, and then you have your groups cheat sheet right here. And it goes over the group code, the group contract, the booking process for a group, the different perks that, a code for a certain number of rooms gets its own sets of bells and whistles and little extra add-ons. Group contracts, depending on the travel dates, you're saving between like 7 and 10%. So there is group perks and everything that's laid out right there on that cheat sheet for you. And when you're ready to lock or set aside a couple rooms and contract those in, you just reach out to your group's BDM and they can check availability and lock you in.
Okay.
Yep. So that's it. You have any more questions?
No, I cannot think of any more questions, but I will definitely email you the questions if my agents have any questions. But I'm so excited about Sandals and Beaches. This was amazing. Like the resorts are so beautiful. I can't wait to visit one of them. Probably be next year, but I definitely will be visiting one of them. I don't have any more questions. Thank you so much, Chad. Like this was truly, truly amazing.
Of course, anytime, we're here to help. I want to see commissions with a comma coming in through your agency.
That's right.
So we'll help you guys get those sales and get down to the resorts and really just experience all the wonders that we have to offer with Sandals. So it's going to be good.
Thank you so very much, Chad. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Tyra. Have a good one.
Thank you, you too. Bye.